What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Thank you guys for popping in so early. I do appreciate it. I can feel it. It's going to be a good stream today. How's everybody doing? Let me share my screen. We can get right into it. A couple things to talk about today. Don't forget, drop any questions that you have in the chat and we will address all of them to the best of my ability at least. And if I don't know the answer, I will try and come back with the answer on the next stream. All right. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen right now. Hopefully audio's all right. I'm going to assume that it is and go ahead and proceed. So what's going on? Chazmandu with the first. Appreciate it. Let's see. Rick, how's it going? Chosen One, how's it going? Hopefully you guys are doing good. And to the other 7 of you that are lurking, I see you guys. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget, click that like button, guys, if you have not already. And don't forget to answer the poll as well. I am fully expecting some people to pick that third option there. Don't worry, I won't be mad. It's for funnies. So I'll just laugh and cry at the same time. Anyway, guys, a couple things I want to talk about. First, let's just start off talking about Dogecoin. Dogecoin is back in the sweet spot, back in the dip zone. All right, so if you are looking for a buy on Dogecoin, we are back in that area. I know if you're in the Discord group, we've been talking about this a little bit, but some people ask me, what is the ideal price to buy Dogecoin at? Well, first and foremost, what I'm going to say is, I'm not going to tell anybody whether or not they should buy Dogecoin, just like I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not just going to tell you what to buy and what not to buy. My opinions are not necessarily always going to be right, and I'm not going to be responsible for any wrong decisions that you may make. That is everybody's risk. As far as I'm concerned, though, Dogecoin does have a lot of potential. I'm bullish on Dogecoin, and I do have a couple price targets for what I think are the best opportunities at the lowest risk level. And you can see here the main one, and I'm not getting too greedy. All right, so the main opportunity that I'm looking at right here is this range in between 19 and 21 cents. That's what I call the sweet spot for Dogecoin. If you can pick some up under 21, the closer to 20 the better, obviously, but even in 19, under 20 cents, that's where I think the most value is. And that's if you are a believer in the future of Dogecoin. If you think Dogecoin's not going to succeed, if you think Dogecoin's not going to come to Tesla, if you think that Elon Musk is going to abandon the coin, you have no faith in the project, I'm not going to convince you otherwise, right? That's not why I'm here. My reason for being here is to help you read the charts correctly and make wise decisions. All right, and as far as I'm concerned, if you are bullish on Dogecoin, this is about the best you're going to get, reasonably. Now, you can see there is another dip zone here, right down here at this secondary orange line, not the box, not the zone, but this line, and that's going to be at the support, the lowest level of support that we've had in a long time that proved to be strong. That's going to be at about 16 cents. If you want to be greedy and try and hold for a 16 to 17 cent dip, by all means, okay, but I would not recommend it. And the reason why is because I'm bullish on the future of Dogecoin pretty short to midterm, and so I don't want to miss out. And so what I'll do is not go all in at 19 and 20, but have a considerable position at 19, 20, 21 cents. And then if it happens to pull back further, if crypto happens to crash and we get another deep pullback, awesome. I still have some money set aside to buy the dip and average down. If not, I'm in. So by the time we hit 24, 25, 30, 35, which could happen any day, any week now, I'm not going to be looking for a FOMO buy once we've already taken off. I want to be in profit by the time we hit 25, 30 cents, deep profit, all right? And I think buying right here is the lowest risk, and you're actually risking losing out if you wait for 16. That's my opinion. Okay. Let's see. What's going on, Tito, Sweezy? Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you don't mind. Let's see if we can get a couple more people in before we really start getting into it. I do appreciate it. And we're almost 1 for 1, so that's good. Let's see. Hope you're doing good, Sweezy and Tito. All this patient waiting just for Doge to go right back to where it was months ago. I'm dead. I understand. Yeah, and I just like I've kind of been saying over the last couple weeks, really over the last month or two at this point, Doge is definitely taking the slow road, and it's not all the community's fault or anything like that. We're really, and it just is what it is. We're waiting on Elon Musk. That's the position we're in. We know that that's kind of what the main catalyst for this coin has been since the beginning. I mean, yeah, we had some hype from Robinhood somewhere around when we first got up to like 4 cents and beyond, up to 10 into teens. But then the whole hype move out of this area, so away from 16 and 20 cents up to 74, was all from hype driven by Elon Musk. And the coin by itself is good, and especially with the latest update with the fees being reduced so low, it's actually for the purpose of utility, it's actually a solid coin with some fundamentals behind it now, so that's great. But as far as the kick in the butt that we need to really take off, we are waiting for Doge for Tesla. But I would not get too impatient. I would diversify my portfolio. And that's what I've really been saying is, I'm not just in Dogecoin. I also hold Ethereum. I mess around with Bitcoin a bit, even though it's a little out of my price, a lot out of my price range. I trade whatever's moving. But I stick to usually the top 10 on crypto market cap primarily, and then I'll mess around with some riskier, just a couple risky coins. Doge I don't consider to be a risky coin, but it is a bit of it's like a ticking time bomb, and we just don't know how long that timer is set for. But my thing is, I don't want to be out when it does take off, but I would like to have the best average I can so that, I know I'm in at a good spot. I know I'm in with the right amount of money where I don't feel like I overdid it in case there's a deeper pullback, where I also don't feel like I'll be missing out if we get an announcement overnight and then I wake up and Doge is at 30 or 40 cents and then I'm just looking at other stuff. That's the way I'm trading it. Right now for Dogecoin though, I mean, we've already got the fee reduction. There was actually on Twitter, if we go there for a moment, and I'll come back to this, but if we look at Robinhood, did I retweet that? I don't know if I did. Someone from the Robinhood team was just discussing the update and was kind of putting in some good words regarding the fact that we got the fees reduced and whatnot for transactions, and she was just explaining how like on-chain things work. And actually I would like to talk about that, so let me find this tweet really quick, because it actually confirmed some of my speculations that I had about a month or two ago when I discussed what I thought would actually happen with the Robinhood wallet integration. So me not liking that tweet means that it's not saved here, so that's a bit unfortunate. Let's see. Let's type in Robinhood wallets. I wasn't planning on discussing this article, which is why I don't have it saved, but I would like to discuss it. Let's see. Let's find it. Shouldn't be very hard. Don't forget, guys, throw some questions in that chat if you've got any, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Now's probably a good time to load up the chat. Man, I was just reading the article too, so surely it's not that far. Okay, here it is. They literally... Okay, Coinbase liquidated all my coins after capitalizing on a GYN trade that made me $5,300. They even took all of my original investment. Then they put $5 of Bitcoin back into your account. What? What in the world? Something that does not sound right. Something went wrong. Weren't you the one telling me that you like 10x'd your investment or something like that? 10 or 100x'd? Wasn't that the trade you were talking about? Man, that's either way. I mean, you should at least have your investment back, your original investment, if they thought it was a bug and we're trying to correct. What's going on, Artful? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. Look, we've already got 20 people. I do appreciate your support. If you have not already, please go ahead and answer the poll. I would like to know your opinion. Even if you can't type in the chat because you're busy and you're just listening in the background, feel free to let me know via that poll if you're feeling bullish or bearish, and if you have any intentions of clicking the like button today for me. What's going on, James? Would I be able to do a quick analysis of XYO? Absolutely. Let me just finish up here first, and then we'll flip over to some of that stuff. Yeah, it was you. I knew it was you, man. Well, hopefully they take another look at it and fix that, because that sounds like a whole nother issue that they created trying to solve the first issue. That's messed up for sure. I would have. Oh, and they locked it too, right? So you couldn't have even withdrawn it. Never mind. Anyway, guys, this is Christine Brown. She's on the Robinhood team, and she's one of the lead people that's working on Robinhood wallets. I think. I can't confirm that. Oh, she's the COO. So, yeah, she's probably in charge of the operation. So, here's what she said. Now, when it comes to how Robinhood wallets are going to operate, my thing a couple months ago that I was saying was I did not think that Robinhood wallets would happen. I thought they should happen, but I didn't think they would pull the trigger for these reasons. Robinhood has always positioned itself as like the free, commission-free, beginner-friendly exchange. You get on there, you buy, you sell, you trade for no fees, with the trade-off of not actually being able to physically own your coin. So it takes the wallet part out of the equation, and all that stuff just happens on the back end, and you just have to trust them, right? You're never going to actually physically hold your assets. Well, digitally, physically, you know what I mean. Then they came out and said they were doing it. My whole concern and reason why I said they wouldn't do it, though, was because if you have that free-only model, going and giving people control of their own coins and implementing wallets into this free platform, it doesn't mix, because usually when you're dealing with blockchain, there's always going to be some sort of transaction fee, because you have to incentivize the miners for validating the network and approving those transactions, making sure the network is secure, et cetera, et cetera. So how is Robinhood going to work in a paid service like wallets into a free to use platform? Because then you're just mixing the whole thing up. It's no longer completely free anymore. Things get a lot more complicated for the business model, for the users, everything. What I thought would happen, and we'll see if they actually figure it out this way. My expectation was that Robinhood to Robinhood wallet transactions would be free, and that Robinhood to external wallet transactions would be feed. And then I also thought that if they didn't go that model, maybe they would figure out a way to, just like they have Robinhood Gold, where you can pay like $5 a month for some additional features and whatnot, like being able to trade on margin and some other things, that they would do like a Robinhood Gold wallet, where you'd pay a certain monthly amount, and then that would cover kind of the fees, which makes sense at first thought. But then if you're trading things like Ethereum, obviously that $5 a month would not cover 1/100th of one transaction. So, but I was just curious to see how they'd figure it out. Anyway, she went ahead and said, unlike other exchanges, this was today, I believe, Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees when you buy and sell crypto on the Robinhood app. However, network fees are incurred for on-chain transactions, for example, sending crypto between your Robinhood wallet and an external wallet. So, then that raises the question, she didn't specifically say from a Robinhood wallet to another Robinhood wallet. She said from a Robinhood wallet to an external wallet. So what I'm thinking is, or wondering, will they leverage some sort of like layer 2 technology in some kind of way to send coins from one person to another on just in between Robinhood wallets, and that way they can help eliminate fees? So that's what I'm wondering. If so, that would be huge too, for sure, and that would actually put them in a better space in the business, because then everyone's going to be incentivized to just, if Robin's already one of the most popular platforms, if everyone can get their hands on Robinhood wallets, even some businesses, maybe they accept transactions via crypto at a cheaper rate if people pay with their Robinhood wallet to their Robinhood wallet. A lot of different avenues that Robinhood could go down with this. Either way, it's great for crypto. More accessibility, more exposure at low prices. That's what we want if we want cryptos to succeed. So, long story short, that. But then she went on to kind of praise the Dogecoin devs for implementing that new minimum fee recommendation that substantially reduces the transaction fees of buying or sending and receiving Dogecoin from 25 cents to $1 all the way down to 1/100th of a cent. That's what the fees are right now. So, yeah. And then she kind of flamed Ethereum right here. Not really flamed, but just brought out the point that and then she said, when wallets go live in Q1 of 2022 to our customers, it's important to understand network fees and that they can vary based on action taken. All right. So they are expecting to go live with wallets, probably to at least the people that went and got on the wait list, maybe the first million or so. I think I did fall in the first million, not the first 500K, but the first million. Q1 is when we can start expecting this to go out of alpha and start rolling out to people. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Where'd the music go? All right. So that's big news. Big news, guys. I didn't put it in the title, but Robinhood wallets coming Q1 confirmed. All right. Maybe I should have put that. That sounds a little more clickbaity. Moving on to the next thing, though. Let's see. $50 turned into 5,345 minutes and then back to 5 in Bitcoin. Man, that sucks. Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Welcome back. Good to see you. 1 second, guys. So there is that. But anyway, guys, we're waiting on Elon Musk. We know based off the things he's been saying recently. We know even based off the Binance thing where they're giving away either $50,000. Well, they're giving away both $50,000 in Dogecoin as well as giving away a Dogecoin themed Tesla. That Doge for Tesla is in the air. Even these exchanges are starting to think about it now. These CEOs, these big people, they know about it. It is coming. It's pretty much inevitable. We also saw in the source code for the website that Bitcoin was there with Dogecoin. They're getting ready to bring it back. It's a matter of time. Dogecoin and Bitcoin, they're both a ticking time bomb. It's buying the dip and getting seated, while a lot of people are getting impatient. They're seeing the price selling off here. They're getting bored. They're just selling the top and leaving. Take that as the opportunity to buy the bottom and strap in and wait. If you can be patient for it, if you've got the money to spare and it's not going to kill you in the 10% chance that things go south and Dogecoin somehow doesn't get its catalyst and doesn't take off, I would definitely look at this as a great opportunity. I do still think we could see Doge. I'm not going to say Doge to $1 by the end of the year. It is possible, but just like I said, when it came to Plan B speculation that we'd be at 100K right now, it's possible, but it is extremely unlikely. But if Tesla can get it together within the next 30 days, we could still see a move up beyond 50. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled. But either way, that's 2x, 3x, 4x gains. I think everybody would be happy with that. Even 5x. That's Dogecoin. Let's go ahead and flip over to Ethereum because Ethereum's doing really good right now. If you take a look at this chart, you can see how bullish this looks. All right. Got a bit of a cup and handle situation here where we pulled back to support, took off, broke above, and made a new high. And now we're kind of doing it again here. Bit of a cup. And now we'd look for the handle to form. And either way, you could just tell by this price action, Ethereum is ready to absolutely take off and launch like a rocket. All it needs is a little bit of a push. Whether that's some more Ethereum hype or if it's Bitcoin driving the markets up, Ethereum is primed and ready to go. So Ethereum is still on my list of things to invest in. Even if you were to buy in here, it's kind of like buying Bitcoin at really any point. The trajectory is up. So kind of why not? Now let's go talk about ADA. Cardano is still not doing so well. Regulatory concerns have Cardano selling off here. I don't know if you're aware, but they are getting delisted from eToro due to some regulatory concerns. Now that will probably be fixed in the near future, so don't panic too much. If you haven't sold yet, if you have more money to just buy the dip, I would do that instead. versus being one of these people that are selling off out of panic, and then the smart people are the ones that buy the dip. So, oh yeah, Tito, right now I'm actually answering that for you. So I would say just look for a dip buy. This has been my sweet spot range. I said if we could get here, and I think I drew this box in the last stream on Monday, but anywhere in here, I'm feeling pretty good about a buy. Here, or obviously even under that. I mean, Cardano is a network that's made a name for itself, that is supposed to be the direct competition to Ethereum, and it's just not having its best moment. That does not mean that come 12 months from now, Ethereum will not be $5, $10, $15. It's extremely possible. And I would even say it's likely. So for me, seeing Cardano not just under $3 or under $2, but like almost under $150, I will be buying some of this very, very shortly. This is the sweet dip zone for me. I did not think we'd see these prices again, but thankfully we're getting some more, perfect timing. Thankfully we're getting some more FUD being spread, which is great if you have capital on the sidelines to invest, because then you can go shopping, everything's on clearance, and then you can go sell those things you bought at a discount later for profit, flip it. So yeah, and you could see here, I mean, just take a look at Cardano ever since it got listed. The charts went live on Webull. It was at $2. It pulled back to, it did a double bottom at $1, and we're only 50 cents above $1 now. The absolute lowest point here. So lowest point since June. This is crazy. This is really crazy. So yeah, go ahead, take a look. I would just wait for some confirmation here. You know, I'd at least want to start seeing some green start to form. We got a nice rejection wick here at 142. If you bought that bottom, awesome, good for you. If not though, I would wait for a little more reassurance, some kind of secondary bounce, maybe even waiting till we got to about 165 if you didn't want to greed too hard, just to make sure that you're kind of buying the bottom, because there is a chance that we sell off again. Maybe we hit 140 again, 145. At this point, it doesn't matter. That's 10%. When we're talking about making 100, 200, 500% gains over the next 12 months. So no reason to be too greedy. I wouldn't mind starting to accumulate a position in Cardano if you don't have one already, or if I didn't have one already, and then just scaling in slowly because we're so cheap. And then let's talk about Bitcoin, all right? Bull flag forming. Why is everybody here? There's a couple things I want to talk about right here. There's actually a couple things to talk about. So if you look at Bitcoin's price action from this angle, things look perfectly fine. Even if I'm to hide the drawings, hide all drawings, and get rid of the EMAs, things look just fine. People are panicking for a couple reasons right now, and it's important to know why and understand what's going on. So people are panicking because of Evergrande news resurfacing. People are panicking because crypto's being banned in India, I believe it was, as well. So we've got China and India now, and some other reasons as well. They're panicking because we did not hit our price targets, and so they're on top of all of that starting to lose some of that bullishness. There's 1.5 million people on Twitter right now that are following Plan B. And because he's made such a great name for himself in the crypto community, he has to be talked about, all right, whether you like it or like him or not. All right, 1.6 million now. That is a lot of people investing in the crypto market that are following this guy, who gives very, very specific price targets that everyone almost follows like law. Like if it's written in the formula and we haven't missed in like a year, it's probably going to happen. Okay, and it makes sense. But the thing is, everyone was expecting, even him, halfway through November, he was still bullish that we were going to hit. We were expecting to be at or above, or at least near $98,000 by the end of yesterday, which was the end of the month. Instead, Bitcoin is in a downtrend, selling off, and we're not even at $60,000. And at our all-time high, we didn't even clear $70,000 about a month ago. So now we've got more bearish people because we missed our bullish price target, and it's now become clear that we've broken kind of what this cycle was saying was going to be set in stone. And so now people have lost faith in this bullish projection. So now even the December, now that the trust is broken here, the thought of hitting 100K and even hitting 135K by the end of December is just talk, if that makes sense. So less bullish motivation for people to buy. All right, and as you can see, just reading his tweet here, he said 98K was a miss. The floor model's first miss after nailing August, September, and October. No model is perfect, but this is a big miss. All right, this is his words, but this is a big miss and the first in 10 years. Outlier or black swan, I will give the floor model one more month. But then he says sales to flow model unaffected and on track to 100K. And then watch out for the trolls confusing the floor and sales to flow model. What I want to talk about here is two things. This is a big miss and the first in 10 years. That doesn't make me feel better about what just happened, to be honest, okay? The fact that we went off track for the first time in 10 years does not say anything good about Bitcoin. It does not say anything good about the trajectory of cryptocurrency right now. If anything, that's extremely bad, because that means that there are market conditions that have so much weight that they are holding back Bitcoin from its nearly impossible to obstruct like trajectory, if that makes sense. We know that Bitcoin as a store of value and the way that it's programmed is supposed to be hitting certain price targets based off of supply and demand and the way that it's coded, the halvings and the way that it's set up. We're now being held back from where we're supposed to be going because of things in the market that are making people panic so much that they're not buying into it. That's not good when you consider that Bitcoin is, and really all cryptos are, digital money. It's nothing you can hold, but it's things that people assign value to because they believe in it. So seeing people not believe in it to the level that they have for the last 10 years is not good. All right, and this month is the first miss where we have not had enough buying pressure, where people have not been believing as much as they had. Not a good sign. Just being honest. All right, and then on top of that, he says he'll give it one more month. Okay, cool. I probably would too. I think maybe 100K by the end of the year is much more reasonable than the price targets here. And I said that before, when, about a month or two ago, I said, I don't think 100K by November is happening, maybe December. So we'll see. But then also, this is what I don't feel too confident in either. He says the sales to flow model is unaffected and on track to 100K. But if you take a look at the chart, and you see what indicates the stock to flow model, and you take a look at which indicator is stock to flow, which is right here, stock to flow model, and you follow the line, and you see that over time we stayed pretty close to the line the whole way through, right? The fact the stock to flow model doesn't indicate anything special. All it indicates is that somewhere in between about June or July of 2021 to the first quarter-ish of 2024, we should be seeing the price at 100K. Look at this massive range here and look at the year span at the bottom, and what you can see is a flat line at basically 1 to 150, maybe 200K here up until 2024. So the fact that the stock to flow model is still on track, in my opinion, means absolutely nothing beyond the fact that we're saying within the next, sometime before the next 3 to 4 years is up, we expect to be sitting $30,000 higher than we are. That's not very bullish now, is it? What is that, like a 30% gain? So I think this is actually a bigger deal than what it comes off at first glance. As you can see though, the stock to flow model, the trajectory has been pretty much on point. And what tended to happen with Bitcoin was that it didn't just ride the line. It did, on its moves up, spike far beyond it and then pull back. So that's something to note. So we saw here, though the stock to flow model predicted from by the end of mid 2012 we were going to be at around $10. We spiked super early, all the way up to $12, and then pulled back and rolled the line up. Then we spiked, pulled back, rolled the line, spiked, pulled back, rolled the line. Here you can see we overshot it as well, and it's kind of the tendency. So there is a possibility that we, towards the end of the year going into next year, we rocket once we get near 100K, that there's a lot of bullish momentum and we spike above it, maybe 200, maybe 300K, and then we see another deep pullback back towards 100. Maybe people start to panic. We see a sell-off towards just like what happened here, a little bit under. Maybe that's 90, 80, 70,000 again. And then we catch back for the move up. Hopefully that makes sense. That's my thinking. But in my opinion, this doesn't really mean anything anymore. The floor model was what was the most impressive, being able to get these month-to-month price targets that were bullish. This right here to me isn't very bullish. I think everyone in this group could agree that we're probably on track for Bitcoin to 100K, so this doesn't really tell us very much for the next 3 years. So that's where I'm sitting there. But as you can see in the title, bull flag is forming. Obviously, I'm not super bearish overall. Now, here's what I want to talk about here. A couple days ago, we identified this pattern being formed on Bitcoin here, which is known as the broadening descending wedge. The broadening descending wedge is typically a bullish breakout pattern. What ends up happening is either off a downtrend or an uptrend, you get into this consolidation here, this consolidation channel, trend channel, that we start making lower highs, but even lower lows on each move down. And you could see almost perfectly we get like a support and a resistance line in this fashion, to where we're in a downtrend, but it widens, it broadens as it continues. And if you just do a quick Google search of and I did this on stream, I'll just do it for anyone that missed it a couple days ago. Quick Google search of the broadening descending wedge pattern. You can see right here, for example, this is what it looks like. So you get the downtrend, you get in here, you start making lower highs, but even lower lows in this clean, very controlled consolidation here. And then eventually, after that one last bounce off support, it comes back up, but then it breaks. It breaks above the trend channel line, and then it also breaks above it hits the objective line, which is where that trend channel started, and then it could even break above there. So that means even if we don't necessarily break out from right here, even if this 57,000 that we're sitting at right now isn't the bottom, even if we don't just break out right here, we could pull back again. We could hit support somewhere around 51,000 here off this line. And that would also be right around when that 200 EMA on the daily time frame comes up to meet us, somewhere around 51,000. So we could do that, have double support here, be strong enough for everyone to feel comfortable with a buy-in, and then see us take off, head back up to 57,000 here, break out of 57,000, hit the price target line, the objective line, which was right when this trend started, somewhere around 60, and then break above 60 and continue up into an uptrend. So just in case anyone got confused by what I was saying, we have this. We could see this back up to here. I'll break up to here, whatever consolidation, little pullback, whatever, but overall do one of these and head up. That would be my expectation. Now that's on the daily time frame. If we go down to a smaller time frame and look at some of look at some more details to see if there's any other patterns we can identify, bearish, bullish, whatever the case may be, so we can get a good idea from a technical perspective of what's going to happen, we see even more, and that makes things even more interesting. So if I just go down to the 4-hour time frame here and I get rid of, let's get rid of the EMAs, they're kind of in the way. If I get rid of that, and let me just move this line temporarily. So what you can see right here is actually a bit of a bull flag forming off of this recovery. It's a bit of a bull flag. It's also a bit of a inverse head and shoulders. There's a lot of bullish indicators being formed right now. So let me outline those. Bull flag right here. You get the move up. You get the consolidation and a bit of this downward facing box here. Right here. This is what a bull flag looks like. A bullish flag. And generally the expectation is that at some point we're going to, after consolidating, break out the top of that and then head up. So that's one bullish sign here. We've got a bit of a bull flag forming here on Bitcoin. As you can see here, where even if you do the lines that way, we rejected off of this little trend line right here on this box, on this flag. Big rejection right back up to this average price area right here. You can see all these wicks, but then the bodies start to kick in right here at about 57-ish, 57K. We headed right back up there. We're looking to close above that level, and things are still looking bullish. Like, it doesn't look like we're going to head down. All the rejection wicks are mostly on the bottom here recently. So there's that. There's a bull flag. On top of that, we've got a bit of an inverse head and shoulders in the price action. So let's polyline this as well and just take a look. I'm going to actually need to delete that for us to see. But if you look at it from this perspective, you can see here we had a pullback to here. We moved back up, had a lower low, moved back up, and now we're kind of getting back down to here, bouncing around at that same general area. All right. So if we don't fall below this level of support right around 56,000, it is highly likely that the reversal starts to look like this. And that's from two different perspectives now. We've got the daily time frame, broadening descending wedge reversal pattern. On the 4 hour and lower, you've got a bull flag forming right here, short term. A little bit longer term, you've got a bit of an inverse head and shoulders forming. And then, that's not it, guys. I know you're probably tired of hearing me talking. Trust me, I'm tired of talking, but I'm almost done. That is not all, but wait, there's more. If we just delete this, and you take a look at this right here, what you've got is the classic reversal pattern starting to form that I've always talked about. And that's when you have a steep move down. That's not the right indicator. A steep move down. The consolidation starts to form and you start getting this bowl type thing. Usually goes something like that. And then on the top side, you start to see something like this right here. And it probably won't last for that long. I'm just over exaggerating it. But in between there, this is like the idea of the consolidation. Okay. You're getting some price movement. Things start to buckle up, bottle up, whatever, pent up, whatever you want to say. And then, pressure starts to accumulate. And then once we get right around back to these levels, it breaks above the curling resistance level here. And that's when you get the move right back up to where you came from, which should be about 65,000. As you can see, just looking left. This reversal pattern happens all the time. Literally all the time. And this is the most common one. I see it all the time. It even kind of happened right here. Not very defined because this wasn't really a deep pullback. But you can see here there was like a two-legged move down, or just one consolidation. It cupped a little less here, and then it broke out, came right back to the previous level that it was at. And then it decided what to do next. It was actually a bullish flag forming, and so it went another move up. This literally just happens all the time. Here's another example right here. This is actually a pretty good one. Big sell-off, the consolidation in that bull format. As soon as it broke above the previous levels, big bullish run right back up to where it came from. And then it decided what to do next. In this case, it went up. Sometimes it goes down. And there's just plenty of examples of this happening. And I could find way more, but I'm not going to right now. There's kind of one right there. There's a big one right there. One right there. Happens all the time. So here we go yet again. Bull flag, broadening descending wedge, the bullish reversal pattern forming here, and inverse head and shoulders forming here. That's 4 different bullish patterns here. Now, the only thing that's going to keep this from taking off like a rocket is going to be the only thing that can override strong technical patterns, and that's going to be fundamentals, news, social sentiment. So, what I'm saying here is, though it's extremely likely that we're near the bottom here and we're about to see a big move back up, though it is extremely likely, it is not set in stone that it's going to happen, because all that has to happen, China come back with another bad announcement, Evergrande going under, some other company spreading some bad news, delisting something, whatever. Any kind of bad news that is related directly to Bitcoin or crypto as a whole and the future of it that is bad, that will make people panic, can cause the pattern to break to the bottom side instead and fail in the same way that the 98K floor model prediction failed for November. So it is very unlikely that it will fail, but it is possible. So please mitigate your risk appropriately, or accordingly rather. Art with me says, do I think that we should average in on Doge now, or would I be waiting? Let's see. Or would I be waiting for closer to 20? No, I definitely think averaging in now would be better. Really, what I've been saying, anything under 21 cents. 19 to 21 is my range. I don't care what the price is in there. I'm thinking way more long term. I'm thinking of this less of a trading play and more of a, we get a good announcement, Dogecoin goes to 40, 50, 60 cents, and then you get to decide if you want to sell for 2, 3, 4x your profit, or if you want to hold and wait for 80 cents, wait for $1, wait for whatever comes in the future for Doge. So the 1 or 2 cent difference, in my opinion, is not worth waiting too much longer, potentially getting a worse average at like 24, 25, and then not feeling like you're in close enough to the bottom, and then starting to panic because you're like, well, if Dogecoin doesn't get the announcements anytime soon, what if it pulls back to 18, to 17, to 16, and then you've lost way more at that point when it would come around the time where you decide to maybe cut your losses. On one side, you would have lost maybe like 10% of your investment, maybe 15%, but the longer you wait, the more the price goes up. Your stop loss is probably going to be around the same price target. So if you say if Doge goes to 15, I don't believe in it anymore, for example, that's your risk mitigation. If that's what your stop loss mentally is going to be at, then if you buy in at 25 or 30 because you waited so long and you still think 15 cents means you failed, then you're going to have to actually lose 50% of your investment, or 30%, or some much higher number before you feel like you're going to cut your loss. So I always just prefer to not be too greedy. If the price is at a good range, I'll just start buying some, start accumulating a position. And then if it goes a little lower, if I still feel bullish, I'll just add. And then maybe I'll just wait. If it hits the next level down, then I'll add a good amount more if I still feel positive about it. And then just make a plan from there on what I'm going to do. Hey, what's going on, Alaric? Long time no see, but still have been following up in the Discord. Awesome, man. Yeah, good to see you. And what are the Doge withdrawal costs on Robinhood? $0. $0. Robinhood really doesn't have any fees. There are some like hidden fees, but they're not charged by Robinhood. They're charged by like the SEC. There are some like fees that, just like regulatory fees and whatnot, that are charged no matter what to everybody. But they get incorporated into like your buy and your sell prices, so you'll never actually see it. But it is free to withdraw pretty much anything off of Robinhood. So now, when wallets come, if you want to move your actual Doge coins to like another wallet, if that's what you're talking about, there will be fees with that. They haven't discussed. As I mentioned a little earlier in the stream, though, I'm guessing when wallets come, it's going to be free or very cheap to send most cryptocurrencies from Robinhood wallet to Robinhood wallet, and then there will be just the normal standard fees for Robinhood wallets to like a Coinbase wallet or MetaMask or something external. That would be my guess. But currently, all you can do is, on Robinhood right now, since there's no actual wallet functionality, all you can do is sell your Doge and then withdraw it as cash. You can't withdraw any crypto directly out. Any other questions, guys? I know I talked a good bit, so I probably answered most questions, but feel free to let me know. Let's check on the poll here. Hey, nobody clicked no like for you. Well, that's positive. So are you bullish on the crypto market short term? We've got 68% that say yes, and we've got 32% that are feeling a little bearish. Honestly, I understand. And right now, even though all technical signs, like I said, are pointing upward, a lot of like fundamental and social signs are pointing downward. So it's going to be a bit of a battle, but I am just trying not to be too negative. And I know that at least midterm, it's gonna be looking bullish. So that's kind of influencing the 50-50 of whether or not I think we go up or down. I'm kind of just remaining positive. Yeah, it will be interesting. And I just thought it was really interesting that did I still not like the tweet? I don't think I did. Okay, let me like it now and retweet it just so it's saved. By the way, guys, if you don't already, you can follow me on Twitter at 2020 Tech Reviews. That is where I'm probably the most active, other than the Discord group, because I'm just always looking for like Dogecoin and crypto related information. If it looks good, I'll like it, comment on it, or retweet it. So if you want to follow me there, again, it's at 2020 Tech Reviews on Twitter. Link is also in the description, I think. No, I took it out, so let me put that there. Okay, now it's in the description. Anyway, just going back to what Christine said here. She said, unlike other exchanges, Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees when you buy and sell crypto on the Robinhood app. However, network fees are incurred for on-chain transactions, sending crypto between your Robinhood wallet and for example, sending crypto between your Robinhood wallet and an external wallet. Now, external could mean just someone else's wallet, Robinhood or not, or it could mean a wallet that is not Robinhood. It is to be determined exactly what that specifically means. It's probably safer to assume there will be fees no matter what, but I would like to see Robinhood pull something off to where they can waive most fees, maybe implement some kind of layer 2 solution or use one to where they can do like off-chain transactions for sending money between wallets. Maybe they'll even develop their own thing for that. That would be neat. And that way they can do Robinhood to Robinhood wallets, transactions free or low cost, and then you pay the normal fees if you're going out of Robinhood. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll do a very brief recap here in case no other questions come in, just for those that didn't come in right at the beginning of the stream. Basically, Bitcoin right now is forming multiple bullish indicators. All right, we've got, that's not Bitcoin. We've got a bull flag forming here on the 4-hour time frame, short term. We've got an inverse head and shoulders also kind of forming here. It'll need to continue to play out, but that's the idea of an inverse, at least. It's just a low, move back up to the top, a much lower low, move back up to the top, and then hitting that first low again and not going below that. That is usually a sign of a reversal of price action. That's kind of that's the idea. It's not super clean, but it's the idea of the inverse, the reversal pattern. And then we've also got broadening descending wedge, which is a bullish reversal pattern, and just the classic big move down, consolidation widens, consolidation tightens, hits this level, the previous area right here, and then breaks out and goes back to where it came from, which would be about 65K, potential move to 70 and beyond. So we've got 4 bullish signs there from Bitcoin. Ethereum's doing very good. As you can see, bit of a cup and handle breakout that we had here on Ethereum right here, and now we're kind of cup and handling again. This might consolidate a bit more, maybe a pullback to 4,400 before it takes off for good, but either way, I'm still bullish on Ethereum. Looking at Shiba Inu, I guess we didn't talk about that today. I'm not chasing SHIB. In my opinion, buying here if you believed in the program was the best idea. Buying here if you missed the first move up was the second best idea, and maybe even buying here at this pullback to 3,500 where it was clearly going to bounce was your next best idea. But if I'm buying here or above, I'm not feeling too good about it. There's plenty of things in the SHIB pipeline, but you do have to just keep in mind that we're just coming off this major move. There's still going to be so much selling pressure for Shiba Inu because people are going to be taking profit and then waiting it out, trying to see if we actually hit a bottom before those same people reinvest. So it is going to cool off before it does anything else crazy. So for that reason, my risk indicators are kind of just going off a little bit. High risk indicators are sounding their alarms. So I would just be a little careful. Obviously, if you believe in SHIB long term though, and you think it's going to 2, 3, 5x from here, you're going to buy it anyway. So by all means, do your thing. Just know it's going to be more of a long-term hold than a trade play, but it'll probably pay off for you. So still would feel pretty good about it. Looking at, what was the others? Cardano, back in the dip zone, bounced down to 141. This is still a great price to buy some at, but I wouldn't go in super big position until you have some kind of confirmation that we're not going to go back down here. This was only the first bounce. You kind of usually want to see 2 bounces or at least a reversal of trend before you go super heavy into something, because you want to feel like, at least, even if you don't know for sure, you want to feel like you hit the bottom. Oh yeah, XYO, that's right. Thanks for the reminder, James. So that's ADA. Still super cheap. Don't be greedy. If you like Cardano and want to be invested, start buying it, basically. And then Dogecoin is back in the dip zone. 19 to 21 cents was the area that I'd be looking at. 16 cents worst case scenario dip buy, but I'm not waiting for that. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, then I'll play that accordingly, and hopefully by then payday will have come again at my 9-to-5 job, so I'll have some more money to average down. Right now, the great, most reasonable zone you could be buying Doge at is in between 19 and 21 cents. So if you feel good about Doge, short to mid, even long term, but really short to mid term, you'd be buying this up, accumulating a position, waiting for Dogecoin for Tesla announcement, waiting for Robinhood wallets, which have been confirmed to be coming Q1 of 2022. Right, so January, February, March-ish is when you can expect that to come. I'm not making that up. She said it literally right here in her tweet yesterday or today. We will monitor the effectiveness of the estimated fee as we approach our wallet's launch in Q1 and dynamically adapt it based on the network. When wallets go live, hashtag when wallets, which is when we've been asking, go live in Q1 to our customers. It's important that they understand blah, 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 blah. All right, confirmation directly from the COO of Robinhood. Q1, Robinhood wallets. That's when we can expect, at the latest, Dogecoin to start making a big move up. That's only, that is starting in 30 days. So I would be accumulating a position now. And you guys know why I've said that. Right now on Robinhood, Robinhood has like 60-70% of all Dogecoin holders are holding their coins on Robinhood. And on Robinhood right now, all you can do is buy and sell. Buy to sell. You can't do anything else because you never own your coin. So you can't buy it to send it to a friend and keep and eliminate the sell pressure. You can't make use of it. You're only buying it to sell it. So if there's buying pressure, there will eventually be selling pressure. When you add wallets, a way to withdraw, and utility because of that, now you can buy it to hold it, you can buy it to spend it, and so you can expect the price to stop selling off as hard because people will not sell it as much because they have other options. Now they can make use of it, but the buying pressure will stay the same or increase because now they also have the opportunity to do these things, so they'll be more inclined to buy more of it and to use Robinhood. So it's a bullish thing for Doge, it's a bullish thing for Litecoin, it's a bullish thing for anything on Robinhood that will take advantage of the wallets, the crypto wallets, Ethereum, Bitcoin. So there's that. And that's pretty much all the recap. So let's go ahead and go to XYO. Unless any other questions come in, we're going to have to go trading view for that. And let's just take a look at the chart before we wrap up. Thank you all for the support today. I do appreciate it. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And of course, you can click the like button as well if you'd like to help the channel out. I do believe we'll be live Friday, so just keep an eye out. XYO is set up pretty nicely. This is usually the thing that you like to see here when you're looking for a buy-in. You want to see the selling pressure start to cool off, maybe even the buying pressure as well. Just things start to stabilize, it start to hit a level of support or find a level of support, and then start to just gradually and in a controlled fashion start to reverse trajectory. So what I like right now is that obviously there was either some media exposure from an influencer or maybe an article, news outlet, whatever, or just some good news that caused this to make a big move up. because this was November 1st. So this went from 30 cents all the way up to 82. That's like a Dogecoin SNL style move there, which is massive. Then big pullback, massive dump sell-off here as people took profit. And now we're starting to find support right here at around 50 cents flat. You can even see here the rejection wick on this latest candle, and the body is holding above 50 cents. So people are thinking that 50 cents is where it's not going to fall under. I would start, if I were looking for a buy-in, I wouldn't feel too bad about starting to look for a buy-in here. I would not all in though, because we don't know yet if 50 cents is going to fail. So maybe I'm 30 to 50% in of what I wanted to have if I was to be fully in my XYO position, to have it 100% what I plan to invest in it. I would maybe do 30 to 50% of that at 50 cents, pretty much where we are now. We can also see we're finding support not just at 50, but also we're getting that EMA is coming up to provide that secondary level of support, which means it's even less likely that we're going to sell off and go under it, because now we have 2 supports instead of 1. And we're also getting, but at the same time, you got to take a look at these 2 and consider the fact that the more conservative EMA here is potentially we might see a death cross here, basically. So the consolidation is normal, but then we could see the flip where this starts to come back down. People start to flip bearish, and then we start to see a bit of a pullback, maybe even down to like 45, maybe down to this area right here, right around 39, 40. That's why I said 30 to 50 here. It's a good chance to take if you feel good about this project and they have good news in their near future. But just keep in mind that this support level, even though it's probably your best bet short term, if this is going to be a bullish play, could fail, and then you're looking down another 10 to 15 cents. So save some money for that dip. What's going on, Fat Boy? I didn't get to see your message there before you deleted it, but if you got a question, feel free to re-ask. Rodrigo, I have $1,000. What do I recommend to buy? Well, how risky do you want to be? Do you want a pretty sure play, or do you want and do you want the play to be like a short-term risky play, short-term more guaranteed play, or are you looking for like a longer-term investment that you want to be a big mover? Yeah, no problem, James. Because there's a couple different options I'd give, and I'm just going to stick to the more popular coins. If you want to do something riskier, obviously, I mean, you could try throwing it in like Floki, Inu, or whatever the social media influencers are pumping. Because what ends up happening is they decide to jump into this coin. If you can get in early enough before the move's completely done, the exposure that they create usually causes a pump, but then people start taking profit. There's usually a dump, and then it may or may not recover. But I know Floki apparently has some positive fundamentals as well. It's not all meme. So, and I know the Dogecoin millionaire is shilling Floki and all those other coins. So if you want to do something risky, you can look at what some of those influencers are just YOLOing into and try and follow the YOLO play. And that could be a short-term massive mover. If you're looking for like a short-term not so risky play that could give you good potential, short-term sell close to end of bull run. All right, so my recommendation for a longer-term play would have been Cardano at 150 right now. If you wanted to hold it for a year, you'd probably see your $1,000 be like $5,000 to $7,000 in my opinion by probably this time next year. But that's a whole 12-month hold in my opinion. If you want a short-term sell close to end of bull run play, it's probably going to be Dogecoin, because we know that over this next 2 months or so, Doge is probably going to be at least 30 cents in anticipation of Doge for Tesla and Robinhood wallets, which is a big deal, as well as we're getting a lot of these like AMC and other companies starting to accept Doge again, which could cause some more hype. So Doge, there is some risk, but short-term plays are always going to have that risk unless they have a massive catalyst with a date and you got to buy in as soon as the announcement was made. So I would say Dogecoin, or you can try for SHIB. SHIB is going to be the riskier play and potentially even the shorter term play, but I would probably just try Dogecoin and maybe split it up between Doge and Ethereum, because I feel a little more confident that by Q2 or maybe the end of Q1 next year, Ethereum will be up a couple $1,000s, where Dogecoin is still risky, but it has a lot more potential. So maybe I would just split that up and do like 50-50 Doge Ethereum, or like 75% Doge, 25% Ethereum, just so you have some gains coming from one side or the other. Or you could 100% it in Dogecoin, because I mean we're pretty close to a bottom here, so even if it failed, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. It's a pretty low risk, high reward play. That's just my opinion. Oh yeah, CP Trading, what's going on? Meta Hero, yeah, that's another good one. I know that Matt from Matt's Market, you guys subscribe to him if you have not already. He does some good analysis. I know that he was talking about that play, and it's already made some moves, and probably has some more left. You'll have to check out his streams to catch a little bit more about Meta Hero, but I'm hearing some good things. And just the metaverse in general, it's really starting to take off, this whole crypto system of things, which really makes me think internet computer, with this metaverse taking off, the internet computer crypto might have a lot more juice in the tank, or something similar to it. So check that out on CoinMarketCap. Internet computer here is at rank 29. I mean, with metaverse and everything meta related really taking off, internet computer could find some more popularity. It's basically a whole decentralized internet platform. Kind of. I would like to see a competitor there. CRO token could also be another good play, just to be honest. It is definitely overextended now because of all the hype, and it did bounce back once it hit about $1, just like we would have expected. But if you buy into a dip here, maybe around 50, 60 cents, 50 ideally, close to 50, it'll probably see another bounce back up to 70 cents, 70 or 80. Because CRO, Crypto.com, I don't know if you guys know, but the Staples Center over in, what is that, LA? Crypto.com actually bought out the Staples Center. And so now it's called the Crypto.com Center or Arena. So after that happened, obviously that's going to be a lot of publicity towards Crypto.com, and people are really going to start to pay attention to it. So that's what caused the price of this coin here to rise from like 20 cents up to $1 over the course of about 5 days. Now it's in the sell-off pullback stage here, but I do think it's going to bounce and go back up because it's actually a pretty good catalyst. It's not just hype. As you can see here, move up from 20 all the way up to about $1, spike there at about 95, 96, now pull back to 70, and it'll probably pull back a little further. Yeah, free advertising, that is one of the best things. Oh yeah, cool, CP. Yeah, check out CP then. He probably has some good meta plays for you. I'll have to check out one of those streams too. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I'm gonna run. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not. We'll be back live, I believe, on Friday, so just keep an eye out for that. And appreciate all your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.